Are you ready?
It's gonna be a hot girl disco summer. I'm never doing that again. I apologize. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Here, let's fix it. Something cool. Are we live? Is this thing on? I've been out bearded. Shout out to our very special guest. Can somebody let Sleez know to queue up right now? Pineapples, pineapples, pineapples. Fresh lobby. Let's fill this joint. We are here. We are awesome. I almost got canceled. I literally just almost got canceled. But good to see you, Who Hames. The beard is phenomenal. Why don't you tell the folks who you are, where you're from, what you do, and as long as you'll fucking love me.
Yeah, I love all of this best ball stuff. I've loved Dynasty and all that for years. I took a massive break for a while. I got way too into it, and I had to take a break. But for the last 2 years I've been back, and I am on a warpath.
You are locked in. You are loaded. Yeah. I see you crushing your underdog drafts and crushing your underdog streams. It was great to be on your show and do get my feet wet with the weekly winners over there on that site. But why don't you let the folks know? Why don't you let the folks know where they can catch your content? And holy crap, our lobby filled. Let them know where they can catch your content, where they can find you and talk to you and chop it up with you.
Yeah, so just the name you see on the screen, Who Hames at YouTube. I usually, if you type it in, I should be the only one. I have 180 subscribers or something now. And on X, it's WhoHames_FF. I basically just post when I'm going live at the moment, but I am working. I will start posting actual information here very soon. I've been working on the video editing. I think I figured all that out, by the way.
Amazing.
So I spent today working on it a little bit. So those will be coming. Those will be going to X as well. So I look forward to doing that. Putting a little video together and your intro was absolute fire. So being able to maybe do something like that would be awesome.
Yeah, I wish I could take credit for creating my intro. I came up with the idea, but I went through hell and back on Fiverr. Tried to hire a guy from Sri Lanka. It was a bad deal. He didn't do good at all. I could have done it on Canva. I hired a high quality guy. He's top notch. I'll send you his information actually.
Good.
Just let him know that I sent you. And he's one of the best. He is as legit as it gets. Absolutely love him. Now, what we're gonna do, because our lobby is filled, we got to tell the folks what we're doing and where we're doing it at. But before we do that, we got to shout out everybody in the community who's in this draft. We got Terry Rice at the 112, yours truly at the 111, Sleez Bomb with a great show, guys. Phenomenal show. And by the way, do me a favor, subscribe to Who Hames. Dude is absolutely phenomenal, just top notch, and not just the best beard in the business, because I thought I had it, but just a very sharp, knowledgeable, down-to-earth, humble human being. And if you guys rock with me, you guys should 100% rock with Who Hames, because he's crushing the stuff on the other side. Sleez Bomb at the 110, shout out to him. Please subscribe to Sleez Bomb as well. He's my partner in pretty much this entire fantasy football thing. Uncle Ruggs, good to see you, brother. That's Nick. B-Rot, Broadster, good to see you, baby boy. At the 108, Carl Ramrod at the 107, Boner, his profile picture kills me, at the 106, Squints, you killing me, Smalls, at the 103, and Stat ATL at the 102. We got 10 out of 12 disco balls. That's crazy.
Yeah, did Carl Ramrod finish top 100 last year in the main?
He was pretty close to it, man. He was in the top 100 the entire deal. I don't know where Carl Ramrod finished, but he was somebody who signed up using promo code Disco.
I think I'll look it up. I think he may have had more than one in the top 100.
Yeah, Carl Ramrod's very sharp. And honestly, shout out to him. He was one of the first people to ever believe in me when it came to this content thing. I think he was subscriber number 3, and he kind of set the path for how this road and journey should go as a content creator. And I owe a lot of credit to Carl Ramrod. He's a top-notch human. We're about to tell the folks what we're doing and where we're doing it and how they can do it too. But before that, we got to make our first 2 picks.
So where do you lean on Amon this year? Like
I'm out. I would rather draft AJ Brown over him.
BTJ, yeah, like
Yeah,
yeah.
no matter what.
I have a hard time seeing, like, of all the players that go in the first round, like I have a hard time seeing him finishing as wide receiver 1.
Yeah, it's
You
not
know,
even the fact that I don't think he can finish as the wide receiver 1, because I love the point that you just made. It's the fact that I don't think he's gonna finish as the wide receiver 1 in his own team. I think Jameson Williams, especially in this format where you really want the spike weeks and the ceiling weeks,
right?
I think Jameson Williams, other than the week 15 huge game, Jameson Williams has had as many targets. He missed 4 games, still was able to get in and get involved, and they were neck and neck in targets. If I want the ceiling play and I want the shot play and I want it from the Detroit Lions, I'm going to take Jameson Williams. So I'm out on Amon-Ra St. Brown at ADP. If you want a safe guy, that's a good pick. He's a good safe player who can give you a decent floor, but floors don't win this. Let's catch up with the chat. James says first. James says let's go, and then a bunch of Sleez ball raids. Shout out to Sleez ball, great stream earlier. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. What's up, Sleez? That was magical. Mossy, shout out to you. Broadster, go. Still waiting on fresh lobbies to start. We set Q up. Sleez raid. Kobe and the Cattle Dogs with the pineapples. BDE plus RPS equals success. What's RPS mean? My beard is still better than both of y'all. Shout out to the Sports Podium. That's Hot Take City. Please subscribe to the guys at the Sports Podium. Very, very good. Heck yeah. Every draft is a war. Love it. Squincy killing me, Smalls. Thanks for swinging by. Devin says hi, folks. I'm sorry about the Edmonton Oilers. Mind you, I didn't really follow it whatsoever, but it sucks that it's a Canadian sport, hockey, and we haven't won since 1993. Disco says Marseille. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for swinging by. Chef says, sup, all of you amazing and beautiful people. Trader Joe says, happy drafting. I was top 100 until week 16 happened, fell to 240th or something like that.
Okay.
Noted.
It was Mikey Boy G who had the very high finish, because I just brought it up. I knew somebody from the community was way up there.
Do I know Mikey Boy G?
He used to draft in our, like, in you and
he's drafted with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's part of the community, I believe.
What's good, Who Hames?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Talking about the beard, man. God, that thing is frothed all the way down,
it's
man.
the best beard in the business, and it's top notch. It's absolutely phenomenal. So I took the liberty, especially since this has kind of been just a sporadic attempt at putting together a show. I took the liberty of creating a couple of talking points. So, and if chat wants to ask a question, we'll all take turns answering it. But I got a couple of talking points here, and then we'll let our because Sleez, you're here all the time, and you're my partner in this whole deal. So we'll let Hames take the go on everything. We'll let you go second, Sleez, on everything, and then I'll wrap it up and go on cleanup crew. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of points that both of you address, but we're going to start with the first topic, and that first topic is rookie quarterbacks and their impacts. So let's talk about the rookie quarterbacks. We got my favorite one, Jalen Milroe. We got Shadur Sanders, who got pulled over going 101 in his new Rolls Royce. We got Jackson Dart, the SBS darling. We have Cam Ward. Am I missing anybody? Tyler Shuck. Tyler Shuck. Let's talk about their impacts. If you want to go through a couple that you're just bullish on and a couple that you're just not interested in, I would love to hear your thoughts on the rookie quarterbacks this year and their impacts.
So are we going to do this based on dynasty or best ball, or kind of like a take on both?
Here's the thing, right? Whatever makes you comfortable and whatever you want to talk about. I'm a best ball guy, so I'm going to talk about their rookie impact in best ball. Sleez is a dynasty guy, so I'm sure he'll wrap up the dynasty thing, and I'll just be more general.
Yeah, so like Cam Ward, like all the moves that the Titans made this year, like just absolutely shoring up that offensive line, like, and then they went out and got 2 wide receivers, like, in the draft. Yeah, they only added Tyler Lockett, but man, that offensive line, Kevin Zeitler, and then I can't remember that they added the center, right? Too, or was it the tackle? The tackle, like Cam Ward, if he has time, he's going to absolutely crush. And like he's already impressing OTAs. He's an adult already. Like he acts like an adult, unlike Shador. Like we knew that was going to happen, right? Uh, I think Disco is muted, by the way. There you go.
No, lights got to be on.
It's showing him muted. There you go. Yeah, there we go.
No, I can't hear you.
Yeah, click it again.
Caught in the Matrix.
Yeah. He's like it doesn't even show anymore. But so Tyler Shuck, I like Tyler Shuck. He actually offers some rushing upside, and in the very last rounds of these, like it's so easy to tag him in, and just go Juwan Johnson, a random running back if you like any of those. But I'm actually tagging on Brandon Cooks with him because he's got some volume. And as far as Dart, like in drafters total points, like I don't like him. But for Dynasty or for a tournament style, I think he's great. And that's kind of the only ones I'm interested in. And I would be Dylan Gabriel over Shador. And I was that way like after the draft and kind of that way before the draft. Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Click it to where the light was off, because earlier when the light was off, it seemed to work. No.
Nope.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Sleez. We'll get this lined out though.
So looking into the rookie quarterbacks, I like those takes. I don't think it's going to be like a 2024 year, right? 2024 was one of those anomaly draft class where you had all the wide receivers finished in the top 10, Neighbors, BTJ, Bo Nix, who else was in the quarterback class last year? Or Jaden Daniels. And if you look back to like 2020, I mean, I went 5 years back while we were talking about this. There's not a lot of rookie quarterbacks that finished in the top 10. So at value, you're drafting him later. I do think Cam Ward will have a couple spike weeks here and there with the weapons they have. You know, I like Ayamanor, I like Restrepo, I like the Miami connection.
Yeah.
I like Tyler Lockett for maybe 1 20-point game on the year, right? I don't know how much I trust him. Ridley's going to have a bunch of explosive weeks. Tyler Shuck, dude, Spencer Rattler might be winning that right now as the camp update. He might not even, be out there for a little bit, kind of like Jackson Dart. So really, this class is Cam Ward to me only right now in best ball. I could see Jackson Dart, maybe Russell Wilson playing 6-7 games. The Giants fall apart. Their schedule is terrible. Still, that's kind of throwing him to the wolves. The Giants line is very, very bad. So, I mean, I'm mainly out on it, but I like the value late if I want to take a couple of dart throws. But I don't think they're going to have a massive impact this year like last year.
Yeah, still can't hear you. But yeah, I mostly agree. Like, so I think Shuck at the end will end up winning that. And I mean, Rattler did play okay at the end of last year, right? Like in the last 2 games, like he looked really bad, and then he had a couple games that was okay. So I mean, there was a little steam there.
You guys
now we can hear you a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I literally had to just switch the mic to my camera mic from my mic. It was doing this earlier when I was setting up the stream, and I just restarted everything, and it was fine.
Is that what happened a couple days ago too?
I don't know what happened a couple days ago. Honestly, my memory is terrible. But yeah, I have no recollection on what happened a couple of days ago. I'm sorry, I missed all of your points there, and I'm sure my audio sounds like absolute shit right now. I apologize, guys. We're having some technical difficulties, but we shall persevere and shall power through. I'm sure you guys did a fantastic job explaining your rookie quarterback. So let's keep it moving and go to the next topic. And I also missed out on a lot of chat, so we'll take a moment to catch up on that shortly. Okay, next topic of discussion, and since you guys are the two special guests, I'll try to figure out my audio while you two talk. Who Hames, you're up first. Can Caleb Williams break 4,000 yards? We have not seen a 4,000-yard passer in Chicago in a really, really long time. Can Caleb Williams finally do it this year in 2025?
Can he or will he? Because he definitely can. Like, he has the ability to. It is going to matter how well everybody on that team takes to Ben Johnson's hard coaching. Like, as hard as he's coaching them already, like, there is a complete implosion risk. But if they take to it with their offensive line, like, just like offensive line, like, is a major part of quarterback play. Like we were talking about with Cam Ward, like that offensive line is going to be absolutely nasty this year, I think, and they're going to have so much ability to like have time to throw downfield, and they definitely have the weapons. So as long as they get it together, and they're going to have good play calling and good offensive scheme with Ben Johnson in charge. So that's my take.
I would say if they don't do it this year, I don't know when it's going to happen because, I mean, God, Ben Johnson comes in, goes and gets all the offensive line pieces they needed within like 2 days. They sure up everything they need. They bring in Colston Love and they bring in Luther Bird and they have DJ Moore. They have Romo Dunes. They have Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift. I don't really like the running back room a lot. I can't lie about that. But, I mean, if he doesn't do it this year, how do you not, right? I mean, how can you say that he's not? Everything is in place.
Well, shouldn't the bad running back room make it more likely that he does it? You know,
right?
Like,
because that's what I'm looking at with the Cowboys too. I'm like, Dak might throw for 5,000 with their running back room, right? So I mean,
not into Javante.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. We got a question here from Sober Thoughts. He says, JSN, Rice, or Judkins, Chris Olave, Kincaid, Wright, and Woody Marks start 10, 12 team Superflex tight end premium. It's Dynasty as well.
J season Rice.
I mean,
J season and Rice.
He says start 10.
Yeah.
So are you? Do you just want one? If you just need one, I mean, I'm Rice over JSN, assuming it's even in full PPR.
I respect it. I respect it lots. Does my audio sound like shit? Which mic is it coming out of right now? Is it coming out of my camera?
I don't know. It doesn't sound bad. Whatever's coming out of.
It's got a little like you're like in a little wind tunnel, but it's not bad.
Yeah, that's definitely coming off of my my cam then. All right, well we'll keep it moving. We'll catch up with the chat now.
Don't you hate the panic of technical problems while you're streaming?
Oh, man, it's just like it's not a panic. It's more so like I hate it. It's very inconvenient because I've been really chomping at the bit to get Who Hames on here, and it's just like, of course, I got technical difficulties while we're live. But hey, this is showbiz. The show's got to go on, so we're going to do what we can do. All good. Thanks. I'm originally from Saskatchewan. Anyways, got you. Disco Raid. Good to see you. Hussein, thanks for swinging by. I had a long beard for the wedding, and now it's all gone. Why would you do that, sir? Never do that. I was big on Gabriel until I saw how small he is compared to everyone else on the field. He looks like their toddler child. I think Gabriel's a better version of Tua Tagovailoa. Disco, did you mute your mic in StreamYard? Check your. Trust me, man. I've tried it all. It literally is just like glitched like no tomorrow. It's really annoying. JT Best Ball says, "What's up, boys? Shout out to you and your big show coming up, buddy." Disco, you sound good. You're a liar, but I love you. Hell yeah. Another day off. Another offer. Judkins and Wright for Rice Dynasty Superflex. Sleez, you're the Dynasty guy.
Let me see what it says. Judkins and for Rashee Rice, yes, I'm taking Rashee Rice all day.
Yeah, I don't really count there. I don't have any exposure to him pretty much anywhere. I just don't believe in him at all, and it's probably going to bite me in the ass because I really believe in
Rashee Rice. Is like he's like 30% of the offense. He averages 22 points a game last year until he got hurt. I mean, the guy's just a monster. But if you need the running back depth, that's also roster construction matters.
I mean, if you're not contending for next year or for this year, like there's an argument for it. I don't love it because next year Rice is almost definitely being suspended because they're not going to have the court case done this year. So
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you still want Rice, but
It's definitely probably going to bite me in the ass for fading Rashee Rice and just being so bullish on Xavier Worthy. But Rice is just somebody I don't want. But for that trade, if you're all right at running back, it makes sense to get somebody who could break fantasy football like Rashee Rice has done.
absolutely.
In the past, we've saw him do it, and there's no reason why he can't continue to do that. It would be the JSN and Rice both for the whole other side. Oh shit!
That's what I said. I'd take JC's and Rice still.
Okay. Watch Shador get cut from the Browns, then go to the Raiders. Then Gino gets hurt and Shador leave. That's quite the imagination. I don't think he's going to get cut just yet. Oh, dang it, Sleez Ball. Look who it is. We got Chief Fan on your guys' stream. Damn, we will get you guys next year. You guys got to get the playoffs first.
My whole family is Chiefs fans, too.
Gotcha.
Are they?
Shout out to JC. Summertime, I can't do a beard in Chicago. Heard our weather during summer is hot and humid. Same here, man. I mean, I don't think about it. Okay, cool. Next topic, and once again, you guys are killing it. Is Drake May a 2025 league winner with his rushing upside?
Absolutely. Last year, he had, I think it was 423 yards, something like that. It was like 423 in 13 games. But the thing is I don't know if you guys heard, they actually asked him to stop running at some point. And you're muted again. I've seen his mouth move. But yeah, they apparently pulled him to the side and said, "Hey, we're tanking," or something like that. Like, I read that yesterday. I don't know that that's absolute fact. I read that yesterday. I believe the source was pretty reputable. But number one, none of those 423 yards was on designed runs. And this year they're planning on doing that from what I hear. So still can't. All right. But yeah, that's
go ahead.
Yeah, you're good. I was just passing it.
I absolutely love Drake May this year. I mean, I think Stephon Diggs is massively undervalued. If he's going to be out there day one, he's going to be a target hog. I'd say 130, 140. I mean, he was wide receiver 8 last year with Nico Collins before going down. So, I mean, just imagine the wide receiver 1 with him. Kyle Williams breaking out. And hear me now, Keenan Allen's going to be a Patriot. And Travion Henderson, what he can do in the pass game is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, I am also all in on Steph Diggs, which makes 2 of us on this panel. I have 17 or 18% in all the different formats of Steph Diggs right now. The way Steph Diggs has looked in these drills, how he's just dusting all of the younger players, is nuts.
It's wild.
Yeah, he is not injured. That's how I look at it. And maybe they're not running full speed because it's install and all that, but it still looks good.
If it's not Afton Chisholm or Pop Douglas, I'm not interested. I just don't invest in injured players, and I also don't feel like we're gonna be throwing the ball a heck of a lot. I think when you look at the McDaniels offense, it's the bubble screen guys, it's the tight ends on the post routes off of the play action, and it's the two-headed running back by committee, right? That's kind of who the targets are going to be, in my opinion. Where Diggs would fill in is, can he take the top off of a defense? And I think, 32 years old, coming off of a really bad knee injury, can he take it off the top consistently early and often? That's something I'm going to bet against. And once again, I'm a diehard Patriots fan. I love my Pats. I think he's going to be good as a vet to kind of lead our rookies. But other than that, I'm kind of just don't really believe in Stephon Diggs at ADP. I liked him when he was free in the earlies. All right, go ahead.
So this, you and I will absolutely disagree on this. I honestly believe that he is going to end up seeing a lot of the slot work, and Demario Douglas will not see as much.
I agree.
That's kind of why I'm so heavy on him. I think he can play outside, but I think they're going to move him into the slot a lot. And I think Demario Douglas is kind of going to be he's going to either have to learn how to play outside or kind of lose his job. That's kind of where I'm at with it. And I could be wrong. Like you're the Patriots fan. You probably have more information on it than I do.
I think you have just as much information as me. It's just we're
Okay.
betting differently, and I respect your
Okay.
takes. You could be absolutely right, but I'm going to still draft and bet like I'm right. And if I'm wrong, I'll have the humility to admit that I was wrong and be very transparent about that. Chef says would love Keenan to go to Miami or Dallas. Keenan Allen ? They have Chisholm, haven't you? Chisholm is Hism. Duke is folding. Shout out to Stones coming in here on the Twitter side. Diggs is different. All right.
I got to throw one at you, though. You were in on Brandon Ayuk till now you got the news that he's going to be out at week 8, and his knee injury was way worse than Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, but Brandon Ayuk, unlike Stephon Diggs, is still very young, and it's still very early in his career. When you look at catastrophic knee injuries, your ability to bounce back and rehabilitate is more likely to happen at a faster, more rapid, and more successful pace when you are a younger athlete than you are an older athlete. That's why we see older athletes when they get injured. It's pretty much that's it. It's done for them. He got the bag. He got a very lucrative contract. I think, Ayuk, when he comes back, he'll be fine. But Stephon Diggs is a slight overpay, in my opinion. I don't really love it. But once again, I hear what everybody's saying. I think he's going to start off very strong, and then we're just going to see him completely disappear. Whether it be injury or just the usage is not going to be what we wanted it to be.
I do agree it was an overpay for the Patriots, but they literally had to pay somebody because Godwin refused to take more money.
Godwin refused to take more money, and here's another great talking point. He refused to take more money because he's just not ready. Like people are thinking, oh, he took like a $20 million discount because he wants to stay in Florida for tax purposes. It's tax-free state. No, it's because he's not ready. That's why he took a $20 million discount. We're going to see a very limited portion of Godwin, and I think he's incredibly his ADP is just tremendously high, and it's something that I'm not really going to invest in, not this year at least. All right, next talking point, guys, and thank you guys for holding down the fort. We're going to talk about split running back rooms, who you're more bullish on, and let's just keep it for now. Who's going to have a more productive season? And we got, I think, 4 split RB rooms that we're going to discuss. So we'll go 2 and then keep it going. Okay, so split RB rooms. Let's talk about the first one, Najee and Omarion Hampton. If you guys are watching us on Twitter, feel free to head over to the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. Would mean the world if you guys came over, smash the subscription, join in on the chat, like the video. It's free, costs nothing. I would love to see that. And if you guys have an answer and you're here in the chat and you have a take on Najee or Hampton, we'll gladly pull it up. So who Hames? Split RB rooms. Who's going to be more productive? Who is a better pick at ADP, especially for this upcoming season? In best ball, you could talk underdog, you could talk drafters, whatever floats your boat and paddles your raft, my friend.
I think it's Hampton, and I don't think it's close. So, like on drafters, he actually goes a half round later, which makes sense because he may start off slow, but he will absolutely offer a ton of gigantic spikes after like week 4. I don't think it's going to take him more than like 3 weeks to like get up to speed. That offensive line is ridiculous.
It's so good.
It is just ridiculous is the only word I can use, right?
Yeah.
And like Hampton, like to me, like, and this is a big say, I honestly believe he has potential to be a top 5 RB this year, maybe even like a top 3. Like I could absolutely see it. I think the elite upside is nutty. And I loved him as a prospect. There's nothing he cannot do. And everybody thought he was slow because he runs over people. He's not really slow. Does he have the absolute breakaway speed of a Tootin or something? No, but like that's fine. Like that's perfectly fine. Like can he rip off 20, 25-yard runs consistently with good blocking? Absolutely.
I love that you said that because I kind of had an epiphany on my way home driving. And sorry, I know I'm cutting you off here, Sleez. Kind of had an epiphany on my way home driving, right? I was out on Marvin Harrison Jr. last year at ADP, and he was touted as this generational wide receiver, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Draft him now, and especially in best ball in round 1. I feel like that's Ashton Genty, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. there were several wide receivers, if we're talking about Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr., Lad McConkey, in what was touted as Xavier Worthy, as what was touted as one of the best wide receiver drafts we've ever seen in the history of Everdom. There's several of those guys who finished in, the top 15, top 10 of fantasy football. Is this the year, because this is one of the most decorated running back classes that we've seen in recent history, is this the year where we could see multiple rookie running backs emulate what the wide receivers did last year in this generational class? Sleez, I'll let you go first, and then we'll go Who Hames after
that. When it comes to Najee and Hampton, I mean, I did that research post where, every running back drafted in the first round has finished in the top 10 since 2021, except for Travis Etienne because he got hurt. In this situation, though, I do think, if I'm looking at value, I want to take Najee later for the touchdown upside. I do want more Hampton, but I think Hampton is going to control this down the stretch more and be a league winner down the stretch than he is early in the season. But, like Who Him said, this offensive line, man, they could both be great picks at ADP with how good it is. But I need to get more Hampton, that's for sure.
So do you follow Coach Peak Index, or do you believe
Yeah.
in what that is?
Yeah.
Have you heard the stuff that John Harbaugh said on Hampton?
Yeah.
How literally he just said he could score the ball over and over and over again on repeat. I don't think the goal line role is going to be Najee's.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. That's why I'm so heavy on Hampton. I've got 16 to 20% Hampton on all sides. And maybe I'm wrong. I could absolutely be wrong.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Oh, there it is.
Holy,
there it is. You got it. Don't touch anything.
I mean, Najee's just been so consistent, man.
He really has
1,000 yards every year, never hurt. I mean, he played in a split system last year with Arthur Smith, still put up 1,000. I mean, I could see him still being relevant a lot in 10 plus TDs.
Oh, I'm not saying Najee's a terrible click. I'm not saying that. I mean, the Lions had 30 touchdowns last year. We could see something similar this year to them, right? We could see Hampton have 18 and Najee have 11 or 12, right?
And the Chargers didn't score a lot of touchdowns last year. It's gonna be different this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how it plays out there. I'm loving this conversation. You guys are absolutely killing it. Mike is back, so I'm going to start, putting in my 2 cents. Is this the year that we can? So going back to my epiphany, is this the year that we think that we could see several rookie running backs go in and finish as top 10 RBs?
I would say Genty and Hampton's probably your only shot.
What about Henderson?
What about Judkins?
What about Judkins? Exactly.
Yeah,
there's a couple really, really good rookie running backs. Scatabo could be in the conversation.
Scatabo is not going to be in my top 10 conversation. No.
What about Caleb? You know what I mean? Is there several rookie running backs that can significantly outperform ADP and just take over like we saw the wide receivers do last year? What do you think, Sleez?
I mean, they could outperform ADP for sure, but top 10, there's still so many good running backs in the league for me to put them up there. I just can't. I can see if Henderson was the guy and we didn't have Ramondre Stevenson, I'd have Henderson in the top 10.
Gotcha.
Judkins, the Browns, I don't trust the Browns. I mean, you already got Dylan Sampson winning the third down role. Judkins doesn't catch much. The Browns aren't going to be ahead much. How much are they going to pound the clock at the end of the game? I don't see Judkins cracking the top 10 either.
All right, let's catch up with the chat before we go to our next topic. You two are killing it. By the way, guys, you can subscribe to Who Hames on YouTube. Please do so. He goes live before us frequently. Subscribe to Sleazebomb, also goes live before us. These are two people that I absolutely love and adore, and I like Sleazeball with a beard more than I like Sleazeball without a beard. I don't know why. He just seems more trustworthy. Phyllis Stone says Diggs is the best value wide receiver besides Calvin Ridley. You're entitled to your opinion. I respect it. He took less money because he's a really nice guy. This is talking about Chris Godwin. Sure. Najee, I'm sure Chris Godwin's a wonderful person, by the way. Najee is the best pick at ADP. I don't hate that call. 1K yards every year. Yes, Phyllis Stone. Najee has one of the highest explosive run rates. especially because he was running behind some of the most pathetic offensive lines ever assembled. I think the two Steelers that we see on new offenses, the two long-time Steelers that we always projected to break out that we see on new offenses, whether it be George Pickens and Najee Harris, they're both kind of like the 1B situation in as a receiver with Pickens and with Najee as a running back. But I think we're finally going to see them break out in offenses that are going to be absolutely explosive and feed them and put them in the position to succeed. I'm in on both of those guys. I love them. My app just fucked me and auto Gasicki. I was trying not to swear, Bones. You forced me to do it because I read everything on the teleprompter. You could be wrong, who Hames, but you have to draft like you're right. Amen and hallelujah. Not sure it works like that, big fella. I think circumstances for those wide receivers set up perfectly. Now factor in this draft class of running backs, different circumstances and position all together, in my opinion. But I think all of these running backs who we just mentioned, the aforementioned running backs that we talked about earlier, they're all in prime situations to succeed. Like RJ Harvey is another one who's in a phenomenal situation to absolutely succeed. So, like, I beg to differ respectfully. Like, they are in just as good situations. Like, look at Malik Neighbors. He was in one of the worst situations a wide receiver could be, and he flourished, right? And so, I don't think that any of the situations are too bad because the draft capital was spent on these guys. Got to make my pick here.
So back to the Najee Hampton thing. Like, I know long speed isn't really that huge of a deal.
Did you need Strange there, by the way, Sleez? Is that why you were giggling, bud?
Huh? But like,
I wanted him. Sorry.
Have you heard, like, and like I said, long speed's not everything, but Najee Harris has never in his career had a 40-yard run.
Not even as a reception? That's wild.
I think he's had a reception.
I think it's a run. I think it's run.
Okay, that's I don't know. Scatterbo is definitely in the conversation. I believe he should be as well.
Top 10. Send me your money right now.
Like listen. Am I I like Scatterbo? Am I betting on Scatterbo? Absolutely not. But he is a name that could flourish in a situation that would require him to flourish because that offensive line looks pathetic again. Ben says any stabs on Tez Walker could be valuable if D-Hop ages out.
Tez Walker.
Devontae Walker.
Okay. I mean, I took some stabs on Devontae Walker last year. I thought you were talking about Tez Johnson for a second. Sorry.
Thank you.
I took some stabs on him last year, and he kind of was just like a no-show. Didn't really do much. Not interested in him this year. They still have what's that guy's name? The guy that Philadelphia fans absolutely hate.
Nelson Aguilar.
Nelson Aguilar is somebody I'd rather take a stab on in round 20 as a dart throw over Tez. But thank you for tuning in, and thank you for joining Disco Ball Nation, Ben. Make Sleez explain himself. In what regards?
Oh, dude, Cam Scatterbo, please get me in here. I'll take any bet you want that Cam Scatterbo is nowhere near a top 10 running back. They have the worst offensive line. You have Tyrone Tracy, who exploded last year, and you have the number 1 toughest running back schedule with terrible quarterback play. And you got Malik Neighbors with a banged up toe to throw on top of it. No shot. I'll bet you anything you want, chat, right now that Scatterbo does not come close to top 10.
Okay, who Hames responded in the chat? Legend. He's super interactive with the chat. That's why you guys should subscribe to him. He's a wealth of knowledge, and he looks wise. He looks wise as fuck, boy. Pull up Scatterbo tape. Yeah, I mean, like, tape is one thing, but it's also college. Sleez just threw up Scatterbo. Ultra. Shout out to Ultra. He made it. Good to see you. Who put the question mark?
Pull up Reggie Bush's college tape and let me know when he cracked the top 10 and get back to me.
Receipts. He's got receipts. Sleez, go back to and watch the tape, man.
That's it. I'm done.
We think Scats gets more involved than Singletary. Singletary is also well within the realm of possibilities to get involved there as well. Trust me, we hate Aguilar and Rager. Eagles fans, they cause us misery for sure, but you guys are doing all right now. I agree with Sleez. No chance for Scat.
No chance.
Sounds like they're going to need more Scatterbo if they are that cooked. Scatterbo does everything that translates, just lacks speed. I mean, shit, it's possible. All right, so split RB room. Since we're talking about it, it's already prompted here. Who Hames, take the lead. Sleez, talk to us about it, and then I'll bring it home. Split RB rooms. Let's talk about Scatterboa.
Yeah.
Oops, Scadaboa and Tracy. Where's your stance on Scadaboa and Tracy here?
Jackson
I
Darby's
am
question.
smashing Scadabo at every point. Like I'm taking Scadabo at 100 over Jalen Warren, over Tyrone Tracy, over Najee Harris, over all those guys every time. That like the reason they drafted him is because Tyrone Tracy at the end of the year had some fumbling issues, and that man is coaching for his job. There's no way that they're going to let him go in there and fumble away potential wins, in my opinion. And you say like Tyrone Tracy was a converted wide receiver, right? So like that's a big part of his game. Well, who had the most receptions coming out of college last year at running back? It was Cam Scadabo of the running backs. So like the thing that he's really good at, Scadabo is also really good at. And they've
Who had the
also
most
said
timeshare at running back in the college last year, also for the running back position? Who led him in snaps? Out of every running back,
I don't know.
Scadabo. They had
Yeah.
no competition.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean that makes sense, but I just think that they're going and the only person on that roster that has a potential to be a goal line back is Cam Scadabo. Like I
I
know
agree with
some
that.
people I some people like Devin Singletary, but he isn't it. like if that's the competition Scadabo has to go up against, like he doesn't have to be great to get volume. Like and Scadabo could just get there on volume. Like that like even if he's not good physically and he is slow and like the biggest worry that I have with him is does he have enough speed to get over that first step from that defender like on the defensive line like because like if he can get through the line like he's going to run over the secondary people and like that is a little worry but like he's still going to smash through some things and he's going to be the goal line back. So that's why I'm much more into Scadaboo than Tracy.
Sleez, talk to us, buddy. Great point, great insight there. Who Hames? I definitely took a little bit of notage there on what you said, but go ahead, Sleez.
I agree with all those points. I mean, obviously Tyrone Tracy's not your goal line back, you know, coming from Iowa. Just, you know, who Hames kind of covered every point, converting wide receiver to running back. But Tracy looked like he could carry the load at one point last year, but I don't trust it. He's got fumbling issues. At ADP, they're both kind of the same. But when you say, you know, get to the goal line, get to the red zone, how many touchdowns are we expecting the Giants to get this year?
Right.
So, I mean, you know, is it a dart throw at best ball that I like? Scatto over Tracy? Yeah. Is there a chance that he hits top 10? No way in hell. But, I mean, yeah, I'd take Scatterbo easy.
All right.
He's a better pass catching back too, as well. I mean, he killed it at Arizona State.
Even though I just took Scatterbo in this draft, I'm all in on Tracy this year, and I'll tell you why. Right, historically, when you look at running backs who kind of had fumbling issues, but they were also productive simultaneously. You look at the Tiki Barbers, the Amon Greens. They all had situations where they fumbled. Even last year, look at Aaron Jones. He had fumbling issues because of his rib cage, right? There's a lot of situations and scenarios that can be cleaned up. You can't take away from how productive and how efficient and how explosive of an athlete he is with the ball in his hands. He is special, and not just special on a team with no blocking, on a team with borderline no quarterback. He was everything for that team, and he excelled and he dominated where, you know, not a lot of people thought he could, especially coming in as like a guy who was a receiver for the most part up until like his last year and a half of college. So running back is still relatively new to him. I think he can clean up the fumbling issues, and I think he will clean up the fumbling issues. If the fumbling issues is an only concern, what happens to Tyrone Tracy's exposure and your exposure to Tyrone Tracy if he cleans up the fumbling issue? Because as a former football player, I know that like it's severe. You want to take care of the rock, you want to take care of the pill and whatnot, but there's several scenarios that cause fumbles, and it's one of the most easy fixes in the offseason to correct is fumbleitis, because we've seen it happen before. Scatterbo hasn't proven a darn thing in the NFL. Yes, he was exciting to watch in college, but I'm not writing off Scatterbo. I'm willing to take investment in both. You make an excellent point about, you know, Scatterbo being the more goal line type of back, but in PPR format, especially here on Drafters, I want all the Tracy, because what he did last year in the NFL, he proved himself as a very, very dominant and special running back, and I'm going to bet on him being able to do that again.
So
I mean, he's got the speed. Scadabo's not quick, he's got the speed. And when you have a terrible offensive line and a tough schedule, that's what you kind of need to get out there. So
amen.
That's one way,
Amen. So like I'm gonna bet on the guy who we've seen done it before, right? Scadabo is somebody who I wasn't interested in coming in, but I'm going to get exposure just to be contrarian.
Where does Scadabo finish on the season, guys? Let's get predictions here.
I would say I don't even think he's a top 20 running back this year.
Me neither.
I think Tyrone Tracy's a top 20 running back this year, and I think he's one of the better, buy low candidates currently. Do I think he's going to break fantasy football in your redraft leagues, in your dynasty leagues? No, I think there's going to be weeks where he can, but I also think that in best ball, he's the kind of back you want, especially at his current ADP and his current value.
I say RB 14-ish. So Philostone, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Philostone. Yes, sir.
Philostone. He's kind of like right there where I'm at with it. I'm not out on Tracy. Like I do take Scadabo over Tracy every time, but that doesn't mean that they can't do the stuff that Liam Cohen was doing with Bucky Irving and Rashad White, where he's putting both of them out there, or what Miami was doing with splitting Achane out with one of the guys, right? Like that, their wide receiver depth isn't that good. Like, why wouldn't they just run two of their better players a little more often as well?
Wando Robinson is vastly underrated.
Right.
Yeah, true.
He is, and Slayton's good, but I think but their tight end is, it's just Conklin, right? Or not Conklin, Theo Johnson, right? I like him.
Fedone.
Fedone.
Don't sleep on Fedone.
Yeah.
Fedone the jabroni. All right, let's catch up with the chat. Speed didn't matter when he manhandled Texas. Laughed my ass off. How many Texas first rounder defenders did we see go off the board this year? No, Cat Max
in the secondary.
Yeah.
Oh, in the secondary. Come on, I'm all here for it. What's up?
I agree that Scadabo is a long shot to be top 10. Hard for non-explosive RBs to do so on bad offenses. Correct.
Yeah.
I'm very worried with Hampton and Caleb Johnson play style in the NFL. Says Ultra, he could return good value, but not top 10 in my opinion. I disagree that he's non-explosive. I mean, that's what we're here for. The respectful disagreements at the end of the day just creates excellent receipts for whoever's right. Phil, he just doesn't have long speed. He has everything else, though. I don't think his lateral agility is anything to be desired anyways, but I'm not a Scadabo hater. I'm just not a Scadabo truther either. Scadabo, this is way too much. I'm going to skip over the Scadabo talk respectfully, guys.
So we had Debo on here, and everyone was scam Scadabo. Now we're having to argue about how good he's going to be. I'm not. I'm here. I'm not in on Scadabo. No way.
I'm not either. Yeah. Blanca says, I'm with BDE on Tracy, my man. That's why he's on your team. Morrow wants Thunder and Lightning. Such a good draft minus my auto picks. Can't wait to see it, guys. We're going to look over the grades. What's up, Antonio? Good to see you, buddy. Shout out to you.
All right. I love that.
We have literally one more topic, and then we're going to look at everybody's lineups. You guys okay covering this one more split RB room? Because you guys, I'm sure everybody and their mother who knows me knows where I stand on this. But obviously, I think Sleez stands a little bit differently, and potentially who aims as well. This last split running back room that we're going to, oh shit, I have two. Fuck. Okay. We'll talk about this one real quick. Who aims? Try to give us a little 60 seconds on the split RB room. Is it Caleb Johnson or Jalen Warren for this year PPR format? Who are you in on?
In PPR, Jalen Warren. I did not like Caleb Johnson coming out of college. I think that he was a product of an incredible offensive line and long speed. I just think he looked faster than he really was because of having open space. Jalen Warren is going to catch all the balls, and Aaron Rodgers, other than Aaron Jones, I believe, has never really trusted a rookie running back. I could be wrong there, but I believe that's the case.
I would say Braylon Allen got a little bit of trust, but the production wasn't necessarily.
He didn't even trust Breece Hall last year.
Yeah, Rodgers is he fucked Brees Hall last year, and
I-
Brees Hall also had a bad knee. I'm all in on Brees Hall, but that's a different topic. Sleez,
Yeah.
where do you stand with Caleb and Jalen Warren, just for drafters, PPR purpose? Obviously, Dynasty, you want Caleb, but Jalen Warren's also coming into a contract season. How do you feel about Jalen Warren?
I would say I would take the total points of Caleb Johnson for the touchdown upside. Obviously, the receptions are going to be there more for Warren, but it's hard to ignore how many touches Najee had last year, and he's the big boy. He's going to take the Najee role. I don't really love either, to be honest, drafting this year, but it's 51-49 if anything.
Yeah, I'm all in on Jalen Warren. If we're talking about bringing in an Aaron Rodgers with an offensive line that hasn't really improved and still bottom tier offensive line, you want the guy who was a special protector of the quarterback. And just because he's a special protector of the quarterback, I think we're just going to see more situations and more scenarios where Jalen Warren's going to outsnap and just in return translates into more production and outproduce Caleb Johnson. I think long term, Caleb Johnson should be fine, but I think Jalen Warren, especially in a contract year, even if he's not back in Pittsburgh, he's still going to earn it. You got to realize.
Wait a minute here. You know that Caleb Johnson gave up 0 sacks at Iowa, right?
Yeah, but like we also addressed that Iowa had one of the best offensive lines in college football. Is it just Caleb Johnson, or is it the offensive line as well? And is it the scheme? Like numbers can be skewed whichever way you want to look at it. It's not necessarily the numbers or the production. It's what I see on tape. Is he as good of a pass blocker as Jalen Warren? Jalen Warren quite possibly is the best pass blocking running back in the NFL. And I think Travion Harrison's a close second. Okay. Can we say the same thing about Caleb Johnson? Will that get Caleb Johnson on the field? I don't know. All right. Last topic, guys, and we'll catch up with the chat and we'll grade all the drafts. This was a fun show minus the technical difficulties. I appreciate the chat staying on. I appreciate you two holding down the fort with the incredible takes. You guys are absolutely incredible. Split RB rooms, the last one. We got Aaron Jones and we got Jordan Mason. I think I know where both of you land here, and I'm leaning towards that side as well. Who Hames, take the floor. The floor is yours, sir.
Jordan Mason. I mean, the coach B came out as soon as they traded for him. They said that we had a bad offensive line, or we had a bad red zone offense, and we want to be better at running the ball in the red zone. And he's going to get every touch in the red zone, I believe. Yes, he doesn't offer very much. Like for drafters, for full PPR, he is a little worse pick. But I think that he's going to get all. I think Jones is going to be the 20-20 guy, and Mason's going to be the finisher. I think both of them offer value, though. But yeah, I definitely will take the cheaper one in that case. In Mason.
Okay. Before we talk about your point, Sleez, or get to your point, Sleez, 26 votes, and it's a 50-50 split. What do you think Xavier Worthy's floors in the 2025 season? 50% said top 10, 50% said bust. Wow. So like just right down the middle. If you guys haven't voted, please do that. I don't like ties. We need the tiebreaker. Sleez, you're up. Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason. Where do you stand?
Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason's been a league. I've been saying he's a league winner this whole time. Aaron Jones he was healthy last year for the first time in 3-4 years. So I mean, he's also heading into age 31. The Vikings still kind of hanging on to we're going to use JJ McCarthy as our rookie quarterback to try and get us to a Super Bowl dance with contracts. So I think this is the Jordan Mason show all the way down the stretch. I think he wins best ball, and I think he wins, fantasy championships as well.
Just because it's PPR format, what we're doing here, I would lean Aaron Jones, especially for the check down equity. But all the points you guys made about the red zone improvement, just somebody who was one of the most explosive run. If we're looking at runs of 10 yards or more in 2024, Jordan Mason was top 5, I believe top 2. I put the tweet out a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but he was certainly top 5. So the explosiveness, the efficiency behind one of the better offensive lines in football, absolutely incredible. Yeah.
I believe
the Niners manufacture such good run scheme though too. That's you got to throw it in there as well.
It was
but
back
O'Connell's a disciple of the Shanahan tree.
It was back in March, I think, that Hayden Winks tweeted the top missed tackles forced per attempt by running backs, and I believe Jordan Mason was number 1 in the league. He was 1 or 4. He was number 1 or 4. Like he was
He's a
definitely top
big
5.
boy, man.
So like the whole comment of he's not good, like he's at least making people miss. Like even if he's not running downfield long strides, like if you're making people miss, you're getting more yards.
Amen. All right. Chef says Giants. Let's catch up with the chat, then we'll look at some lineups here. Chef says Giants wide receiver sleeper is Antoine Wells. Wait for him and dart to smash late season. Who? Scattable can make people miss.
The Ole
Hampton
Miss
and Caleb
Connect.
can't, says Ultra. Okay. No Cap says Philistone, I like Scattable and I draft him. I just don't expect him to be top 10 RB this season, which is reasonable. Y'all remember this moment Philistone warned you about Scat and Rattler. So we have this thing, right? If there's an interesting name, we'd like to know like the origins of what's the origins of your name, Philistone? Because it sounds like Philistine. I'm with you, Phil. He translates, says Ultra. Let's ride Ultra. It's Warren. Caleb sucks. He can't make people miss. Hit a hole and run doesn't translate. Gotcha. Gainwell's value is great. You know what, Chef? I've completely forgot that Kenneth Gainwell's there. Kenneth Gainwell could be a great round 20 steal. Interesting Tracy. So many totally out on him. I take some both honestly, and I'm with you. Do I think that this backfield has league winning upside? No, but do I think that both of these guys can spike? Absolutely. I was huge on Tyron Tracy Truther last year. Yours truly as well. That was Sleez's guy as well last year. Phil watched Taj Brooks tape at 2:30. He's going to get in time in Cincy. Warren season, I'm with you, Blocka. I love Taj too. Drafted him as well. We watched tape, right? Yeah, I hope. Of course. All right. Mason season.
Antoine Wells was Jackson Dart's wide receiver, Ole Miss, by the way.
Stat ATL says a floor of top 10 for Worthy. Do we need to educate folks on what floor means? Yeah, I'm saying Worthy's floor is top 5, in my opinion. That's what I'm drafting him like. That's where I'm at with Xavier Worthy. You don't need to educate me on what floor means. Billy Gableman, shout out to you. I love you in 1 week season. Mason season. It's tough for Sleece to say anything negative about a current or wait till you hear him talk about
Debo Samuel, trash.
Oh yeah, Phil in on Kyle Williams and Jaden Higgins. All right. Disco, I promise you, Wells is my 2025 Coker. Okay. Look up Philosopher Stone. Okay, I'll do that after the stream.
Like from Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. That's what I was
thinking. The actual origin of it.
All right. We caught up with the chat for the most part. If I missed anything important, please let me know that I missed it and you guys are offended and triggered and I didn't address it. The chat's popping and I'm very, very grateful. Stat HL says agreed. Top 5 ceiling, top 5 floor, sir. Ceiling is 1. Terry Rice. He goes 2693. Who Hames, you know how this works. We give grades, we give feedback. Who Hames will let you go first, like we've been doing all show. Then Sleaze Bomb, then I'll take it home.
Right. We got
so Terry Rice goes 2693. He goes Josh Allen, Tua Tagovailoa, Devon Achane, so a little micro stack there with Tua, Kyron Williams, Travis Etienne, Tyrone Tracy, Ray Davis, Nick Chubb, Ray Davis, a little micro stack with Josh Allen, even though it's not really transferable as a receiving back. Drake London, Jalen Waller go with Tua, Jerry Jeudy, Jacoby Myers, Stephon Diggs, Joshua Palmer, Buffalo stack there too. Ray McLeod, Josh Reynolds, who's gaining a lot of hype right now. Malik Washington, another little stackage there, good correlation. He went Jake Ferguson, Hunter Henry, Terrence Ferguson as well. The Fergie, he got the Fergie correlation there. Fergalicious Def. Who Hames, what do you think of the draft?
I mean, so whenever I do ratings, I generally rate based on how you built a team, not on player takes, because like if it's player takes, I'd be pretty low on this one. But like as it's built, it's like a B plus. Like you layered everything really well. You have a lot of receiving upside at running back with some like with Kyron and Ray Davis as well. Like so you got Tracy and Achane for the PPR upside to get spikes there. Your wide receivers, you have a bunch of spike guys, and then you have Myers and Josh Palmer there, and to like give you a floor to assist with your like giant spikes. Like I like the way it's built overall.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a good roster. I don't see any holes or weaknesses.
Yeah, like player take wise, like I'm way off on a lot of those guys, but like based on like he didn't draft anything above ADP or anything like that. So like, and player takes is like we're all wrong on a half of them, you know, like yeah. So it's a very good draft. B plus.
Sleazimus, what do you think? Any feedback?
F-. He took Josh Reynolds' stack from me at the end. No, it's very well rounded. I agree. I'd say B+ range. Not a lot of holes, except for the tight end's kind of weak.
I just wish that you took the bet on Penix instead of reaching so much on Tua. I don't think you needed to reach that high on Tua. That's a egregious reach.
You already made stack.
Yeah, but I mean the stack for what's his face?
Tua, man, he can put up numbers. I mean, I don't have a problem with that
for sure. So Tua went 133, Penix went 165. He could have easily gotten Penix at 156 instead of Palmer or Ferguson, and then probably gotten another viable running back like a Rashad White, Baishal Tootin, Isaac Garendo, or even another tight end.
How many games does
like
Penix
you could have correlated? You could have correlated Dalton Kincaid with like that makes sense. The reach on Tua Tagovailoa almost 15 ahead of ADP when he usually falls 15 after ADP. That's my only knock on the draft. Other than that, it's a solid build. I think you just fumbled the bag with the Tua Tagovailoa pick, especially since you spent such early draft equity on Josh Allen.
I don't think it's awful. Like, yeah, it's not optimal, but man, drafting from those corners are scary in these rooms now.
For sure,
they really are.
But like London is your first round pick, right?
Yeah.
You're above consensus on London. You bet on London here. Why make the bet on Tua Tagovailoa just to stack him up with Jalen Waddle? It's kind of counterintuitive. I mean, I think you outsmarted yourself here.
And Achane.
He has Achane there.
So just based on that one mistake alone, it kind of brings you down to like a B- in my opinion. But I do like the team. I just feel like it could have been an A+ had you just invested where you invested, if that makes sense. All right, Stat ATL, Billy Gableman, 1 week season. This guy literally coaches people how to draft. You guys should listen to him and also check out his drafts. But before that, we'll be very judgmental of his draft because this guy always brings his A game. He goes 3-7-8-2, very unique roster construction. JJ McCarthy, Cam Ward, and Geno Smith, and he got tasty discounts on both of his quarterbacks here. This is how it's done. Almost
Geno Smith, good lord.
Yeah, what was that? 35, 33. My math ain't mathing, but fuck, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor, Najee Harris, Ramondre Stevenson, Isaac Garendo, Jalen Wright, Taj Brooks, Kareem Hunt. Not a bad running back room. I don't hate it. Wide receiver Justin Jefferson. So we got some correlation there with JJ McCarthy, Cortland Sutton. Zay Flowers is somebody who I wanted to fall to me, but it didn't happen. But it's okay. Matthew Golden, whom I love. Josh Downs, Brandon Ayuk, Quentin Johnston, Ty Felton, and then he got micro stacks with his two backup quarterbacks with both tight ends. So Brock Bowers with Geno, Chigo Konkwu with Cam Ward. How do you feel about it, Hames?
Yeah, I give it like an A-, like tons of value at quarterback. He does have he's got the elite running back in Jonathan Taylor, but then he went with Najee Harris and Ramondre Stevenson, who at minimum will be awesome for the beginning of the season and give you projectable volume, give you time to get into the backups. Like if you're gonna smash, you need like an injury to CMC or Achane or something, right? Or Chase Brown. So like those guys should give you projectable volume up until one of those guys smashes. I like that. And then wide receivers are awesome. Like nothing to say about that. And it's Brock Bowers. Yep, very good.
Steve Shoup or Shoop?
Shoup.
Steve Shoup. Just dropping in to say hi and hitting the like button. I'll catch up on the show later. Now, I've gotten to know Steve directly through you. Hames, why don't you shout out where people can catch Steve's incredible content and how to support this beautiful man?
Yeah, so he is on the Fanspeak Network. They do Best Ball Jeopardy, which I'm blessed to be a part of. It's going on right now, and I will be watching it as soon as this is over. It's pretty awesome. It's based all on underdog ADPs, but it's fantastic. Like it's a good watch.
I watched it when you and Sean were on there, and I really enjoyed it. Hames, can you do me a favor? And in the private message that we have here, can you share the link to that so we can all go rate it afterwards?
Yep, will do.
Thank you, sir. All right, Sleez, how do you feel about stat ATLs?
God, I mean, I love the draft. I just don't like betting my one running back on Jonathan Taylor. That would be the only thing I don't like about it. Everything else, look at the values of the quarterback, great. You know, when you're going Jonathan Taylor and you go Najee Harris from Andre Stevenson, kind of like Hames said, I think they're going to kind of fizzle more as the season goes on. So, I mean, he does have the right running backs with Garendo, Jalen Wright, Taj Brooks, you know, to hope that fizzle can play after them being relevant. I like that. But I'm just not high on Jonathan Taylor this year.
Fair enough. Steve says, thanks, guys. Blanca says, great breakdown. Respect, guys. Here's the link, guys, to that stream. Please let me know if the link works, guys. But obviously after we're done. Billy, this isn't your best work. This isn't your best work. There's nothing that really wows me about this. And I think it's simply because you went elite early running back in round 2, and then you also went with an elite tight end. Brock Bowers in round 3 is crazy. It kind of just, it's not your style. It's not what you typically do. I know you're trying to get different and contrarian in your start. I feel like you did okay. It's a safe lineup, but safe doesn't win these. I don't think this one wins a lot of money, if any at all. And that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
Is it because of the running back room?
Yeah. It just the whole thing. There's nothing that wows me. It's not spectacular. It's not special. He says, unique build for me. Never take tight end early. Yeah. Can't draft 150 teams the same way. Amen. Respect the thoughts, gents. Love you, buddy. Once again, I could be wrong. I'm just a guy. I'm not the guy. I'm just a guy. Not let's be real. I'm the guy. All right. Squints goes 3-6-9-2. He goes Jalen Hurts, CJ Stroud. You definitely did not need Daniel Jones in this quarterback room. So deducting points here: Bijan Robinson, Bucky Irving, David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift, Brian Robinson Jr., Sean Tucker. This is where all the running backs went to, literally. Wide receiver room.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wide receiver room, he got Devonta Smith with Jalen Hurts, Rashid Shaheed, Christian Kirk, Luther Burden, Christian Kirk with CJ Stroud, Cedric Tillman, Alec Pierce, Jalen Noel, Darius Slayton, Adonai Mitchell. I don't like the wide receiver room. Trey McBride, Dalton Schultz. Definitely needed another wide receiver instead of Daniel Jones, in my opinion. Hames? Let's make this one quick because I think we're all in agreement. This is just bad.
I would give it a B-. It's not actually the Daniel Jones pick that I don't like. It's the Sean Tucker. What is he going to do in that running back room?
I think he's just handcuffing his Bucky Irving investment.
I mean, if Bucky gets hurt, the team is probably not great.
Yeah.
Unless he's just 2 or 3 weeks.
Dude, Sean Tucker can explode, though.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
I mean,
and maybe that's just my take being wrong. And yeah, the wide receiver room definitely needed another shot or two at the end. Like, so I personally would have done that with Sean Tucker. Maybe Sean Tucker and Daniel Jones, but like I think the Sean Tucker one is the pick that I would like, just because like if your RB5 is B-Rob, like how often is Sean Tucker going to make your lineup, even if he has a starter?
Yeah. You didn't even need the next running back.
No.
Yeah.
Sleez?
Squints, I love you. Big donation.
Yeah.
This is Daniel. When you go top 4 quarterbacks with Jalen Hurts, you don't need a third, right? You're banking on Jalen Hurts being your guy. After the 3 running backs, you should have stopped here. I do like DeAndre Swift for sure, but I mean, look at your wide receiver. This is really ugly. It's like a D-.
You just inspired me to create a graphic for future donations where it just pops up and it says big donation energy. That's big donation energy. Squints, I love you to pieces. I think you're one of the sharpest fantasy minds I know. That's not your best work. It's not.
Yeah, the wide receiver is killer.
Yeah, it's in the worst possible way. It's a killer like OJ Simpson and not on the football field. But Boner, shout out to Boner, the greatest profile picture in the greatest mishap at for a drafter's name, period. He goes 2-6-9-3. He goes Joe Burrow, Bo Nix, Chase Brown, Chuba, Quinshawn Judkins, Jarquez Hunter, Jerome Ford, Raheem Mostert. The wide receiver room has got to be elite if that's your running back room. CeeDee Lamb, Ladd McConkey, DK Metcalf, Michael Pittman, Rashad Bateman was looking for him. Kyle Williams, Romeo Dobbs, Demario Douglas, Andre Yoshivash. I like it. Colson Loveland, Mike Gesicki, Tyler Higbee. Who? What you got?
I love it. I actually really like that running back room. I think Chuba is very underrated. I think Judkins has a chance to actually do a lot of work. Jarquez Hunter is one of my most drafted players. I think that like they're going to have a role for him. Mostert, why not? Like I really like that running back room to get to that top end of that quarter or wide receiver room. And he's got Joe Burrow triple stacked. Yes, it's a running back, a tight end, and his third receiver, but it's still stacked up, you know. So yeah, I love it. I'd say an A.
Yeah. Sleece?
I mean, quarterback room is obviously elite. I think, but he was trying to get Evan Ingram to fall with Bo Nix. That didn't happen. He really got no Bo Nix correlation, but I'm fine with that. Jerome Ford, someone you should just tattoo to your forehead. Do not draft.
Facts.
Romeo Dobbs, I think, is very underrated. Pop D. Now who Ames has got me thinking on Pop D. I think it's very well balanced. It's just something about the top 3 wide receivers after that. I like Bateman for like a couple spike weeks. Pittman's more of like a floor play. Like if your wide receivers don't hit, and I'm kind of lower on Ladd this year. I don't think he's gonna have the same year as last year, but I think it's B plus A minus work.
Yeah, it's an A minus for me. Who Hames? I was in like hell trying to navigate my my stream and my mic and my audio. So I missed what you said about Demario Douglas. What did you say about my guy?
Oh, it was the Steph Diggs take. And I think you were here for that. I just said that I believe, and the one reason I'm high on Steph Diggs is I believe they're going to run Steph Diggs in the slot some, like 60% maybe, which is going to hamper Demario Douglas a lot.
Agree to disagree, Saya.
Right,
Okay.
and I said you'll probably disagree. So like,
He
like
did
I
say that.
definitely didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I think I was trying to refresh my
Okay.
page when that happened.
Yeah,
Definitely didn't hear that. I definitely would have had some pushback, but my mic wasn't working. So
and
lucky.
you said something because I said you have more information. You probably have more information because you're a Patriots fan, and you said you probably have the same information I do. So,
Yeah. So what I'm gonna say is, if you're looking at the slot usage for the New England Patriots, it's all under routes, it's all over routes, and it's all bubble screen work. And Demario Douglas does all of the above, especially with Josh McDaniels, and that's why I'm more bullish on Demario Douglas at his free ADP than Stephon Diggs on his inflated ADP. I feel like Diggs will move around here and there. But if we're just talking about who fits the mold and the skill set of what the Patriots do and what Josh McDaniels does, it's more Demario Douglas than Efton Chisholm. And then like you just fill in Polk, Booty, Kendrick Bourne, Stephon Diggs, maybe even Javon Baker, all in the same kind of like strong wide receiver Y type. Kyle Rama goes 2693, Jared Goffel, and Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Alvin Kamara, Tony Pollard, Tank Bigsby, Miles Sanders, Jordan James, Malik Neighbors, Devontae Adams, Jameson Williams. A little bit of correlation there. Debo Samuel, Emeka Egbuka, Jalen McMillan, DeAndre Hopkins, Isaac Tisla, Savion Williams, Evan Ingram, Isaiah Likely. I was hoping Isaiah Likely fell back to me because I would have loved to have double tapped that. And Pat Freiermuth. Who Hames? What you think?
I'm gonna say a B minus. I don't think there's enough firepower at quarterback in this room at all.
Is it because they're both passers?
It's draft capital basically. Like,
Why is there always Jordan Love hate?
no, like I don't mind Jordan Love, but like, who do you pair him with?
Yeah,
Josh
no one.
Jacobs?
Yeah,
No
he
one.
didn't get me
Jacobs?
back with it.
So like, if you're betting on Savion, it actually I love Savion. So, but I just don't know.
And Jacobs.
And I could be wrong. Like Jared Goff is one that I don't like his ADP at all. But like, I just don't think there's enough firepower there. The other positions are very very good. for sure. Like everything else looks really good, and he might have got sniped on a third quarterback. And I don't know. Like I personally would have added Russell Wilson to this or something, like just to try to supplement the first half of the season. Or if you think Dart, like I probably would have done something like that. But overall, it's very strong. Except I think that the wide or the quarterback is just not enough.
Sleez?
I mean, it's rounded across the board. I mean, I don't know. He planned on a Mecca Egbuka McMillan. I kind of would have liked to see, Baker Mayfield there in front of that, where he took
Where
Tony
did Baker
Pollard
go?
right after Pollard. But that third running back does look better. It's well rounded. I just, I mean, it could cash. I'm going to say that it's not bad in any way.
Yeah,
it's balanced across. I just don't think it's going to go over the top with like massive spike weeks.
facts.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fly Eagles 39. He says hello. Das vidania. Привет. How are you, my friending? Okay, Broadster goes 3-5-9-3. We'll just for the rest of them, we'll just have one person grade it out.
Yeah.
So I'll call out the roster. Broad goes 3-5-9-3. Jaden Daniels, Justin Herbert, Sam Darnold. 2 week 12 buys with premium quarterback situation, but Darnold's not a bad QB3. Right off the rip, just don't like it. I love the names. I just hate that you spend so much capital at the quarterback position, especially since you spent such early capital on Jaden Daniels. 5 running backs are Christian McCaffrey, Ashton Genty. Genty at the 17.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Tajay Spears, Austin Eckler. See, the 17th is where I would draft Genty. Tajay Spears, Austin Eckler, Ty Johnson. I still have not gotten him to fall to me there. Jackson Smith and Jigba. So Sam Darnold correlation. Calvin Ridley, Jordan Addison, Cooper Kupp. He double tapped the Tennessee guys or the Seattle guys. I like that. Buffalo's Keon Coleman, Xavier Legette, Jalen Coker, Roman Wilson, Deontay Johnson. He's a Laporta supporter, David Njoku. I don't think you needed Zach Ertz, but for correlation purposes,
he auto-picked it. Okay.
Yeah, for correlation purposes with Jaden Daniels and Austin Eckler, I don't think you needed Zach Ertz, but I understand why you did it. I'll go ahead and grade this one, guys. From a roster construction standpoint, there's a lot of big no-nos that you did. From a talent evaluation, I think your team is fucking phenomenal, and this team could and should be in the money. I believe this team could and should be in the money.
See, I'm on the other side. I think it's a donation.
Really?
Yeah.
So I mean, CMC and Ashton Genty
suspended. You got 2 Panthers with no Bryce Young, where you could have got Bryce Young.
You don't need to invest. Sorry to cut you off. You don't need to invest in the quarterback in order to invest in an offense.
And he already had JSN and Cup, and he got that stack instead as the third. So
so he just set it up for later. This is sharp. This is really good stuff.
He set up 2 back stacks, and he
I love it. I love it. This for me. It's so bizarre. It's so unique. It's so weird. He's saying, guess who my auto pick was? I'm going to say your auto pick was either Justin Herbert or Jaden Daniels.
But he got Herbert like 18 pass too. So I mean,
yeah, I'm going to say that was your. But like, I don't care. I don't care about it. You got him at a good value. He has that upside. You're safe, and you have top 3 upside at the wide receiver position on a weekly basis. Top 2 upside at the running back position on a weekly basis.
Who's the top QB wide receiver? With Jordan
Jackson, literally Jackson Smith and Jigba, Calvin Ridley, Jordan Addison, Cooper Kupp, Keon Coleman. All of them have top 3 upside on a weekly basis. And then Legette, Coker, Roman Wilson, Deontay Johnson, sure, sprinkle them in. They could have potentially top 3 upside. He could even flex a tight end with this room. Like it's a very sharp draft. I think it's a sneaky good draft. And I like what he built here. I do. I'm giving this a B+.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. It was Justin Herbert, I figured as such. Hey, it's solid. I like it. All right, this is Nick's drafts. We'll let you deal with this one. Hold on. We'll let you deal with this one, Sleez. So it's 3-6-8-3. He went vanilla gorilla. Baker Mayfield, Matthew Stafford, Anthony Richardson, Derrick Henry, James Conner, Isaiah Pacheco, J.K. Dobbins, Balin Allen, Justice Hill. Wide receiver, he goes Puka Nacua, Mike Evans, DJ Moore, Chris Godwin, Trey Harris, Tyler Lockett, Devon Vele, Jalen Naylor, tight end, John Smith, Tucker Kraft, Cade Otton. So he has Baker Mayfield, Evans, and Otton. He has Stafford, Puka, and he has Anthony Richardson, which is fine because he's got the rushing upside if he plays. Sleez?
Man, this is the veteran squad right here, right? This is banking on the old guys staying healthy. You got Derrick Henry and Connor, both old. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying Henry's going to get hurt. James Conner always misses a couple games. Pacheco just coming off a major injury. J.K. Dobbins, major injury history. Top 4 running backs. I still love Henry, but I'm very sketch on Connor without Benson. Wide receiver room, Puka Nacua. And again, you got Chris Godwin and Mike Evans both missed a couple games here, and they're coming off major injury. DJ Moore, Trey Harris. I love Trey Harris, DJ Moore, Tyler Lockett, Devon Bailey. I'm starting to get more of. Jalen Naylor just got a little hype today, so I like that draft pick. John Smith, Tucker Kraft, Cade Otton. I love the tight end room. I just don't like the old heads, but the team is very good. I just don't want to be banking on Baker, Mike Evans, and Godwin, and James Conner, and Pacheco, and Dobbins. But
I'm curious where you stand on this lineup, Hames.
This team will be good if they stay healthy.
You think?
I do. I like it. Like, for total points, I like it a lot more than for like the tournament style that I usually play.
Yeah.
Because you have so much front loaded points, like, and even if there's injuries, like, I think you have enough depth that you'll at least be able to get starters out there, and because your wide receivers are absolutely ludicrous. Like,
you like the Godwin Evans play this year?
I love Godwin this year, and Evans, I'm 50-50 on. Like, he's either going to be awesome. Like, I think at the back half of the year, Evans is going to be a smash again. So, like, just because they're going to try to get him that much
amazing,
yards.
right?
Yeah. So, like, you're going to get those giant spikes at the end of the year. Like, but that's where I'm coming from. And Puka I honestly have Puka like neck and neck with CeeDee Lamb. So, wide receiver.
There's a world where he could be wide receiver 1 too. So I mean,
yeah. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, I think Puka and BTJ are neck and neck for wide receiver 1 this year.
And
all right, go ahead.
And Anthony Richardson's like perfect for that room.
Yeah,
as I agree. Well. Like I don't take much Richardson anymore, but for that room, it fits.
Okay. So Hames, you and I are going to rip on Sleez's draft, and then after that, you and Sleez are going to rip on my draft. I'll call both of them out. So Sleez goes with a 2.693. He goes Justin Fields at a very decent value, and Brock Purdy also at a tasty value. Travion Henderson, Aaron Jones, Jalen Warren, Rashad White, Dylan Sampson, Kyle Monangai. Your first 5 running backs are PPR gold, especially at value.
Yeah.
Kyle Monangai is somebody who I can't stop drafting with my last pick. Nico Collins, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Xavier Worthy, Terry McLaurin, Juan Jennings. So finally correlation there. Pat Bryant, Wan'Dale Robinson, Dante Thornton, Amari Cooper, Tyler Warren, Brenton Strange, Mason Taylor with Justin Fields. This is an A- easily.
Yeah.
PPR format. This is an A- for me. What do you think, Hames?
I gave it an A. He's got like the guy I've been touting since pre-draft, and that's Pat Bryant. Like, I was actually in on him in the pre-draft stuff. So I really like this everywhere. Like, it looks very good, very solid.
Yeah. No disagreements here. So no ripping apart his draft.
What would have made it an A+? Be my question.
I would say a more elite RB1.
Right.
I honestly, you just a random ADP faller, which is probably all it would have taken. Really,
I just would have. Go ahead.
Let's say that like Aaron Jones was like David Montgomery, or like if one of those guys up there fell, from the round before, James Conner, because James Conner randomly does fall down there. Like, I've seen him a couple times.
I took Travion Henderson over him.
No, he sometimes falls all the way to the middle of the 7th.
Oh, yeah.
Like if something like that, like that's what would have made it an A+.
Okay.
But like what you did, like you did nothing wrong. Like perfect. Like you drafted exactly what was there and made it work.
Yeah, I just think like instead of Juan, you could have gone with like an elite guy like. I
But
mean,
you're
you
gonna
didn't
learn
really have a
about
great
Juan
option
this
there.
year. You hate on my guy Juan. He's him.
You didn't really have much. The Terry McLaurin pick was the one that did you in.
Terry
Really?
McLaurin fell 10
In
spots.
the fourth? Like I don't like him in the early
Yeah,
third
I
where
like
he
him.
was going, but now that he's going at the 3-4 turn, like I like him.
I would have much preferred you've gotten like a James Cook, a Hampton, even a Kenneth Walker here. But I mean,
Yeah.
different strokes for different folks. But that's what it would turn it into an A+ for me. Don't think you needed the
Got it.
McLaurin play, but you did it, and I think you have 5 really, really good wide receivers, and you have a really good PPR stat stuffing potential at the running back position. If you're going to build it in a PPR format and go 0 RB when you start, this is how it's done. I like it.
Yep.
I probably would have gone running back over Purdy as well. I understand that he fell and you got him at a decent value and got a little micro stack there, but you just bet on a quarterback and just got a good value at quarterback there. I think another running back here would have raised your ceiling as well. But that's it. It's still an A-, which is a spectacular draft.
I do want to point out my favorite pick was the Bretton Strange pick.
Fuck.
Right in front of Disco. I was laughing before I did it. I saw his team. I was like,
I saw you laugh too. All right. So this is my draft. I go with a 2-7-8-3 build. I go Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence at the quarterback position. I go RJ Harvey, Joe Mixon, Cam Scatterbo, Bayshell Tootin, Tyler Algier, Keaton Mitchell, Blake Corum, Brian Thomas Jr., AJ Brown, Tedero McMillan, Jaden Reed, Darnell Mooney, Jack Betch, De'Ami Brown, Keenan Allen, and then tight end I go Mark Andrews, Jawan Johnson, and Elijah Arroyo. Who hangs?
I like this a lot. You got several players that I think are undervalued. Like if the market's going to let Joe Mixon, RJ Harvey fall, great, take them. Tootin, I'm Tootin over ETN myself. I just don't like the whole they drafted 2 guys thing. I can't get over that. The wide receiver room, awesome, very well layered. Like everything about it's good. I give it an A as well.
You know what made it an A+?
Brenton Strange.
Brenton Strange, yeah.
I think Jawan Johnson's one of the most underrated best ball picks. Yeah. He's a massive spike week hitter in a Saints offense to be passing heavy. And Elijah Arroyo, I love that late pick. I've done no offense, done. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
De'Ami Brown's one of the best values. I like that stack to go with BTJ and with Tootin. I'm more ETN than I am Tootin, but we'll see how that plays out.
ETN wasn't available.
I mean, it was 30 picks after where ETN goes too.
Yeah.
So
right. Jack Beck falling. I like that. I think that's great value. This is a good draft all the way around, except for it's Scatterbo.
Have you guys heard?
Not doing it for RB3 though. I don't like that.
Have you guys heard the Elijah Arroyo may take over the DK Metcalf role stuff that was going on?
Yeah, but the DK Metcalf role was completely different, and it's like two offensive coordinators passed when DK Metcalf was relevant. So, I mean, if you're looking at that offense, it's all about outside zone and motioning the slot receivers. That's kind of where I'm making my bet. I think in 12 personnel, Elijah Arroyo is going to be the forgotten man. And with Clint Kubiak, if you look at what he does historically, he definitely runs a lot of 12 big personnel. So no offense, it's going to be more of an inline.
They're going to have to with that offensive line.
Exactly. Yeah. So I look for the outside zone. Kenneth Walker's elite in the outside zone, one of the more efficient backs when it comes to outside zone. And I look for the slot motioning to open up the slot backs. We saw Rashid Shaheed and Olave both benefit substantially last year on a putrid offense under Clint Kubiak. I'm very in on this offense. I think Sam Darnold's a sneaky upside play. And like I like Jalen Miller, but Jalen Miller is like all ceiling. It doesn't mean that Sam Darnold's not going to be fine, especially in the dink and dunk quick passing schemes that Clint Kubiak likes to provide, especially off of the play action. Guys, that's all for our show. If you guys click right here in the link in the description, we're going to head over to some best ball Jeopardy. It's
this is
pretty
tight.
sweet, pretty gnarly. I'm looking forward to that. Who Hames, Sleez Bomb. We'll let Who Hames go first, and we'll let Sleez go after. Who Hames, where can the people find you?
You can find me on YouTube at just the name you see on the screen, just Who Hames. No football attached to it, nothing like that. On X, my handle is WhoHames_FF. And yeah, I stream every day at 4 p.m. Central, or every Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. Central. Usually do go for about 2 hours. And then on the weekends, at some point after work on Saturday and Sunday, I usually pop in as well. So,
Well, it was a pleasure having you on, man. You're
oh,
absolutely incredible and super sharp, and I enjoyed chopping it up with you. And thank you for
I
saving.
had a great time. Like it was really good back and forth. Like I learned some things for sure.
Well, thank you for saving the beginning part of the show. I mean, my audio not working there sucked, but we pivoted and you guys carried the first part of the show, and I really appreciate you doing that. Sleaze Bomb, my business partner, my brother from another who I haven't met in person yet. My guy, I fucking love you. You know you're my guy. Please let the folks know where they are, where you're from, where they can support you. And please talk about our premium Patreon. That's also in our description.
So we are at the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel right now. You can find me at Sleez Bomb. My mind is a weapon. Fantasy football.
Fuck you.
Across every single platform, same name everywhere across. So and this weekend we need to lock everything in here for it finally. But our Patreon we're launching is the Guys FF. It's 82 members right now, currently growing, so we're pumping it out more and more. You can find all our Dynasty rankings from top 200. Each player list is going to end up going to 100, so that would be at 400 eventually, hopefully, which is deep dive all the way. Redraft top 200.
Except for quarterbacks, it doesn't make sense.
Oh, I mean that, yeah, quarterbacks does not.
Yeah.
Redraft top 200. You get a chance to draft with us, chance to look at your team's player values. Every dynasty player value is in there. Trades that you'd like to make for each player also in there. And then we're going to have the Big Draft Disco Energy free draft guide for best ball in there, plus a premium version of the draft guide with the back end where you get all of his big old dome head knowledge in there for
it. Appreciate you guys. Great show. I'll see you guys over in the best ball. What is it? Jeopardy?
Yeah, best ball Jeopardy.
I'll see you guys over there in that chat. Until next time, which is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern time here on the Big Draft Energy YouTube channel. 5 p.m. Eastern time for Who Hames, 6 p.m. Eastern time for Sleaze Bomb. Peace.